everyone, Ronnie Landis here. Today we're going to talk about one of the most unique herbs in the whole category of Chinese tonic herbalism, and that herb is Eucommia bark. And this is a very interesting herb to me for a number of reasons. It's classified as a supreme Jing herb, and as you may have followed out in some of our videos, Jing is like your primordial life force energy that is stored in different areas of your body. It's primarily stored in your kidney adrenal meridian or your kidney adrenal organs in your glandular system, but it's also stored in our joints, in our ligaments, in our neuromuscular connective tissue, in our spinal cord, in our lower back, in our neck even, in certain areas of our cerebral complex, in our brain chemistry, in our cerebral spinal fluid. So what is interesting about Eucommia is that it actually affects all these different areas of the body, both directly and indirectly, because of its Jing promoting qualities. And the actual bark comes from an old rubber tree, and it's a thin layer of bark. In fact, this herb reminds me of a famous dictum called the Doctrine of Signatures. And basically what this is before we had Wikipedia, before we had iPhones and Google, and we could just Google things, we actually had to use our instincts and our senses to identify food sources in nature. This is how alchemists and herbalists, ancient herbalists, would actually identify what herbs in nature to experiment with. And Eucommia really reminds me about this because it's a bark that off the tree, it's a thin layer of bark, and it actually looks kind of like a snake's skin after it sheds. It's very elastic. It has an elasticity and a flexibility, a pliability about it that is stretchy. And it's been shown that Eucommia actually increases the pliability and the elasticity of our joints, of our ligaments, of our muscular tissue, of our vaginal. If we're a woman and we're going into pregnancy, Eucommia can actually be very helpful for increasing the elasticity of the vaginal tissues in the vaginal canal. And actually, this is a traditional formula that Chinese herbalists would put together with a number of other herbs for women that are in labor. And it's also great for athletes as well. You can create a combination with Eucommia bark and cordyceps and put those things together to create a powerful athletic tonic that increases oxygenation to our tissues, to our muscles, to our brain, to our heart, and also increases the pliability of all those fine tissues that surround our nervous system, that surround our motor function tissues, and make us more pliable, make us more flexible, so we offset a lot of the breakdown of our tissues. Eucommia is an amazing herb for restoring the Jing essence and the pliability of the human frame. For more information on Eucommia bark and where to purchase it, please go to lifefoodherbs.com. And as always, I look forward to discussing more with you on the power of tonic herbalism.